There we go. Oh, I've got to work on this. I take it the sound's working now, isn't it? Yeah. I was trying to transition coolly with some jazz, transition into me, and it did not work. Oh, it's just brilliant, isn't it? There's actually no sound, no voice, no sound. I'm still getting the no sound. I'm assuming there's sound now because, yep, we got it. Okay. Just one. There were so many people saying there's no sound. I thought hopefully it's still no sound. Who knows? Okay, we're good. Is the volume okay? It says it's peaking slightly, so hopefully that's all right. Damn mute button. Exactly that, Jacob Combs. Oh. Just looking at. Is the sound okay actually? Because it's saying the bit rate is low and it should be higher on one of my warnings. But are we all right? You're watching this on Nintendo Switch, Polly Bloom. I like that. Volume's okay. I thought it's Jazz Addicts. I think someone pointed that out earlier, actually, didn't they? I was sort of watching the stream a bit. I could have started early, but I just wanted to test this out and see whether it would work. And who was it? Cov Ben 2004 sent me a starting soon screen, and that made me think, actually. I liked your design, Cov Ben. If you're with us, you might have a different name on here, perhaps. Hey, thank you, Blender Guy. That's very kind of you. Shame. But that's good that you've got a client, Blender Guy. Well done. Where was I? I was talking about. Oh yes. So I was thinking the start screen. If the competition winner could, if I just put some sort of starting soon over the top of it, their Blender artwork.
Well, thank you very much.
That's a bit loud, that, isn't it? Their artwork could be the start screen for the stream. That's what I'm thinking. What do you reckon, guys? Does that sound good? Just having a look at some of the chat to start off with. And there's so many people who've already sort of joined us that it's impossible to say hello to everybody. Usually I say hello to most people, but there's loads of you. It's nice to see you all, definitely. It wouldn't be anything without you, obviously, would it? It would just be me standing here talking to myself, and that wouldn't be much use, really, would it? Well, actually, no, we'll carry on over here. Let me just check that everything's working all right. I think we're good. Actually, my desktop audio, is that working? Yeah, no, that's all right. Then we're good. Okay, great idea for the start screen. Yes, thank you, Spiky Danto. Sounds like a cool idea. Asking, there's someone else. Hi Grant, just wondering, when are you going to upload tutorial for sculpting hair? When am I? You assumed that I'm doing a tutorial for sculpting hair. That's an interesting one, actually. I don't know. I've got a bit of a schedule at the moment of different things I need to do. I've got Node School on the go, and I've got some sponsorship. Some people have asked me to do a video for them, but I'll only do sponsorship if I agree in the product, if I think the product's any good. So Southern Shotty, for example, I promoted his course recently, but I thought, I know Southern Shotty, I know he's a great tutorial creator, so I'm happy to promote his course, if you see what I mean. But so I've got to just check out a few things. When is the full version of Atlas Empires coming? Yes, I don't know. It was supposed to be out any minute now. But tutorials for animation. I have a animation tutorial playlist. So you could have a look through that to start with. And then there's animation. I haven't decided whether I'm doing animation again this month. This month? What are we? It's a few months away, whether I'll do that. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll sort of just put everything else on hold and do some animation again, because it's a challenge for everybody. And maybe that will go with the live streams as well. That could work, couldn't it? Did you bake normal map today? Not. I don't think I'll get that far because I've still got a fair bit to do. And you can't, because I'll bake the the cavity maps at the same time as the normal map, and you do need the other objects in the scene for the cavity map. Actually, do you? No, that's the ambient occlusion map. I'm getting confused with myself now. If I do an ambient occlusion map, then I'll need the other objects in the scene. Sometimes I don't bother with an ambient occlusion map because they sometimes don't really do much, but we'll see. What are your thoughts on the game called New Horizons that is out today? Haven't seen it. I'll have a look at some point. When am I going to get sponsored? Cool, I don't know about that.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Milan. That's really kind of you. Hello from Croatia. You're still a mod, aren't you? A moderator, Milan, aren't you? I hope so. So you can keep an eye on everybody for me. Get sponsored or offered by Displayland. Yeah, they've offered me something, Displayland, but my phone wouldn't run the program, so I thought, nah, never mind. I did think about getting a new phone because I could do with updating my Samsung Note 3 or Potato. But yeah, it's just hassle, isn't it? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? People are really kind and donate. Milan almost, well, I think it's every time he's been on has donated, which is really kind of him. Very much appreciated. Just having a look through. Oh, hello, Raymond. So Raymond is the client. So if you've got any questions, I'm not sure how long you're sticking around for. Thanks, Tom Kayak. Good phone. Yeah, so if Raymond is the person who's asked me to do the character, and he's paying me some money. Hopefully he'll pay me some money. He might just say that's absolute rubbish and say I'm not giving you a penny. But you can see I've made a very slight start on the hair. I was just testing a few things out, and I was testing a few things out on the boot as well. We did that last time, but you can probably see it's a tiny bit tidier from last time. So I went around sort of tidying up the edges. Well, you can see I've sort of missed a tiny bit there, but it's not too bad. So there's things like the belt and the pack and things like that that I want to get done today. Maybe I'll work on the trousers. Let's see how we see how far we get along. Just having a look at what people are saying. Gerald Manansala, big fan him. Good stuff. Anyway. Cool shoes that you sculpted. Thank you very much. Yeah. The buckles, we need a bit of work on those. They'll need to be sculpted a bit further and moved around a bit, but we're pretty much getting there, aren't we? Maybe I should start with those really and finish off the boot and then sort of work upwards through the character. We've got a bit of retopo to do on the face as well. There's plenty to do. It is going very slowly, but hopefully you don't mind and you're sort of bearing with me on these because there's lots of questions. That's part of the fun, really. Maybe I'll do a character course at some point without interruption, so people can look at that without having to sort of get through the stream and all that sort of thing. But I think this is a good, fun way of doing it. Hello, Belengua Alberto from Spain, Espanol. Anyway, at the beginning of this year. Glad to hear it. Alger X814. Kingdom of Hearts. You see, I'm just having a look. Yeah, I don't know these different characters and all these different games that people play. I'll try and keep away from games these days, too addictive. I'll show you what I'm doing with the hair. I'll start with that. So this hair, yeah, so it's based on this and this. So if I do, so I'll move my cursor over here, Shift A to add, and add a curve. So I'm using curves for the hair. And here's my sort of reference image of the hair. I've also got a few here. So you can see this style here. And I think Raymond quite like this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Raymond. I'll look out. I think it's that one or that one. I'm sort of basing it a bit more on this one, but maybe because this is actually 3D. So I know this is going to kind of work, whereas this one might be a bit too erratic. There's one there as well. That maybe it was that one actually. Let me know, Raymond. Which one was it? And we'll say 1, 2, or 3. So it's going. No, hang on. 1, 2, or 3, because then it will go clockwise, and I'll remember. Okay. Right. So there's the reference images. So tell me which one was the one you liked, and then we can go on that. But Shift A to add, and then you add a curve, a Bezier curve. Bezier curves are kind of weird, but they're quite cool as well. You've got handles like this. And you can rotate them, and it follows the curve. So these are actually, what are these things called? That's the actual. I can't remember what they're called now. Oh, these are handles, aren't they? So what's this bit? Can't remember. Anyway, you've got these things, and you rotate these to sort of make the curve go like this, and then you've got the curve properties down here. So just check, it's coming out on the screen. Yep, object data properties, and you can see it's got a picture of a curve. Now there's two things. It's under geometry, and you've got offset taper object, don't worry about the offset, and bevel object. So the bevel is what it's going, so it's all going through. That didn't make sense, did it? I'll just show you what it means. So the bevel object, I'll click on this as the bevel object, and it becomes like that circle all the way through. The taper object, and this is a bit weird, I don't think it makes too much sense to me, but the taper object is the other one that you want the taper to sort of move like. And it looks, I don't know, for me, it doesn't make complete sense, but who knows, maybe for other people it does. We can then, if I come out of edit mode, we can then sort of scale this and change it around. Oh, it's obviously changing all the hairs over here though, so I'll undo that. But you can get the idea. I might keep that one for later actually. I'll just scroll that down. Oh dear, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? My brain's already starting to go. And you can see it's a little bit chunky. So you can, where is it? It is resolution, isn't it? Yep. And you can up the resolution. And yeah, I can show it in wireframe, can't I? That's the way. And whoa, that is very detailed actually, isn't it? Yeah, so that's a bit too much anyway. But keep it low resolution to start off with, I suppose, and then up it as we need to. All making sense? Those are good. The between 2 and 3. Okay, so it'll be this one and this one. Cool. Yeah, this one's quite elaborate. I quite like it though, to be fair. But yeah, somewhere between here. So not as small as these ones in terms of diameter, because they're quite thick, aren't they? This one's a bit more wild, but kind of interesting. So I don't know whether I'm getting there at the moment with the hair, but I'm just sort of testing it out really. Which I call him Medusa at the moment, but it's quite time-consuming hair, because also what I've got is with the hairs. Why can't I not? I'll put it in edit mode, aren't I? Yep, I'm in edit mode. That's sometimes the case. So you're stuck in edit mode and you don't realise. Actually, put my shortcut keys on. There we go. So I was trying to click something and nothing was selecting. That's because you're in edit mode. Will the particles work instead of placing it? Yes, but then I'll probably have to move them all around anyway, so I'd rather just place them. But what I've got, if I just zoom in on this one with full stop on my numpad, or period key. Now that's the thing about the taper object. Why does it not go to a complete, what do you call it there? Maybe the resolution, if I up the resolution. Nope. Yeah, that's all. I always find that the weird thing, because we've got the end here, so it's how far the taper goes, and I can't go. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I'll go 1.1 and see what it does. No, didn't work. Yeah, so why doesn't it go to more of a point? That annoys me, that does. How annoying is that, eh? Do you have a 3D printer? No, I don't have a 3D printer. Someone was going to send me one, so they were going to sponsor it, and then I'll do a video about it. But in fact, 2 different people have contacted me saying, do you want a 3D printer? We'll send you one. I go, yeah. And then they didn't send me one. They obviously looked at my videos and thought, well, don't send one. If I press Shift D now, you can see I've got snapping enabled, and my pivot point, or object center, or whatever you like to call them, is... Well, that was dreadful, wasn't it? Is, what do you call that? At the base. So I selected my curve. I'll do it with this one. So I select my curve, selected that point, Shift S, cursor to selected. That's really not loud, isn't it? Let's turn my audio down. Thank you for subscribing though. I don't know why I have the subscriber thing on, which is nice, but I'm not sure whether I'm assuming you guys have all subscribed. So I think it's just alerting me that people are sort of watching my videos and then subscribing. So it's kind of not really related to the stream. So I'm not sure it's worth it. But anyway, so there's so my 3D cursor's there. Now I can go into object mode, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. Now the origin is there. So when I've got snapping enabled up here with the little magnet, and it's set to faces, so it will snap to faces, I can then press G to grab, and woohoo, look, it's snapping to the faces. There is, under snap to faces, other options as well: align rotation to target, and projected individual elements. I always forget what that is. I think, but I always put that on because I remember seeing other tutorials years and years ago, and they explained it, and I thought, oh yeah, I better do that. And now I can never remember, but I always remember to put it on, if you see what I mean. Scale that down. So we've got a bit of a smaller one there. I'm not sure about this one yet. We'll have to wait and see. But I can always bring it in there. And what is it to scale these up? Is it Control A? There's some sort of scale, isn't there? Yeah, I can't remember what it is. But you can, I think we can scale them up anyway. Yeah, there's some option, but I'll have to look it up. Can't remember. So yeah, he's got some mad hair at the moment. But yeah, we'll do that another time. Well, you can sort of see the process there, and I'll fill it all in later because it's quite a long process that's a little bit boring to watch. 15 times with your 3D printer. I'm almost never using it. Even if I 3D designing, don't buy one. It's not worth its price. Yeah, that's the thing. I imagine with 3D printers that probably people buy them and then they don't really use them, because what do you really use them for except to print out things and go, oh, that looks nice. So if you're really pleased with your models, then print them out. But does that make sense? There's a bit of a novelty factor, isn't there? How did you learn many of the functionalities of Blender? The Blender's YouTube has got loads of the functionality in there. The wiki is really hard to follow, so it's mainly over years and years YouTube videos, to be honest. Okay, let's do the middle. Oh no, I was going to do the boot, wasn't I? Everybody happy with that? The boot? Doing these straps? Reference, this is PureRef. PureRef for all my reference images. I talked about that in the last stream, so you could have a look at that and maybe sort of fast forward it to the PureRef bit, possibly. Oh, you got a job doing hair for characters. That's pretty cool. Shazib Khan. Nice. Okay, so I think we need a bit more detail. In fact, let's click on that and shade smooth, because that looks a bit weird, doesn't it? In fact, can I do that? Yeah, I couldn't remember whether I could do that on multiple objects or not. Right click, shade smooth, there we go. Okay, so it needs a bit of sorting. Just having a quick think about these, actually. Yes, now, do I apply the modifiers? Yeah, I suppose that's probably the best way, but make sure I'm happy with the position of them all first. So at the moment, G to grab. Oh, I pressed G twice. G to grab, there we go. Just make sure they're all nicely lined up, and I'm happy before applying your modifiers. And often, it's a good idea to select them all, and yeah, we'll move to a different new collection. And this is going to be boot straps. And then I will duplicate them. Shift D. Ooh. That's weird, isn't it? Why did it do that? Oh, maybe it thought I'd moved them. Shift D. Yeah, so I must have moved them really. Don't know what's going on there, actually. Why is that happening? Anybody know? Oh, thank you very much, Patrick Fry. That's I haven't met you before. Nice of you to join us, and thank you very much for donating.
Ooh,
much
well,
appreciated.
Thank you very much.
So I'm not sure why that was happening. If I press Shift D here and keep it in the same place, oh, I do not know why that's happening. That's very strange, that is. That's very strange. And I'm trying to think how I can stop that from happening, because I want to duplicate it and then apply the modifiers. I suppose it's not really a big deal in this case. So if I were on my own, I'd try and figure that out, but you don't want to watch me figuring things out, do you? So why are you doing retopo? Oh, when are you doing retopo? Well, yeah, I'll do retopo on the face. I probably want to go a little bit further. I mean, people like to see retopo more than they'd like to see. I need a poll thing, don't I? Someone sent me a link to quite a cool site that you could sort of do polls and things within your stream, and I thought that could be quite good. Just having a look. Alt S, sorry, everybody's shouting at me. Alt S. I keep saying Alt S, and what they're talking about. Yeah, it's Alt S, isn't it, for the scale? I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, so Alt S. Yeah, there we go. But it's so that's a better way to taper. That's a good point, actually. That makes more sense. Would that, because it doesn't seem to be changing the taper. Let's try that. I'm going to try that because that's a very interesting one. So under the curve properties, so we were doing hair. If you just joined us, we were doing hair a second ago, and I was using a taper object. So the taper object is this one here, and it sort of tapers along the hair, as you can see there, sort of along the hair. But if I take the taper object off, then where is that gone? Oh, there it is. Taper object, and then try Alt S instead. Oh, that's loads better, isn't it? It's interesting because I have actually done this before as well. I promise you. I did know that, but I'd forgotten it. I'd forgotten all about that. Funny, isn't it? I better turn snapping off, actually. And then move that in, and then rotate it around. Starting to do the hair now. So that's a big chunky hair, that one, isn't it? So Alt-S to scale that down. Kind of cool. Yeah, there we go. Alt-S, people. Alt-S, if you didn't know. See, I'm just testing my audience. You're all very good, aren't you? You figured it out, whereas I was pretending not to know. Alt-S, then press 0. I suppose, yeah, if I want to go completely to a point. I don't actually want to go completely to a point because I probably want to convert these to curves later for animation. Having a think about that now. I'll figure that one out. R to rotate. Yes, yeah. So, yeah, R to rotate. Yeah. Grant, it's very interesting watching a professional do similar things to me when something weird happens. Yeah, I suppose I am a professional these days, but I don't feel like it. I just feel like a charlatan, actually, especially when I'm doing this. It happens to everybody. I have been using Blender for ages and ages, and it surprises me every day. I say that pretty much every day. Right, I was going to say, except when it crashes, but I ought to save before I say that. Save as. So any changes I've made. 19B. Good naming conventions. Control T to twist. Oh, this is just, it's getting too good now, isn't it? Control T to twist. Oh, I didn't know about that. I mean, of course I did know about that as well. But, but I was just testing you and see who would come up with this first. So, Shazib Khan. Shazib, is it Shazib Khan? You were there first, so you get the gold star. Well done. Congratulations on your gold star. What, you are a pro? Yeah, I'm a pro because I earn my living using Blender, so I'm a pro Blender user. But it's debatable what a pro is, isn't it? But yeah, you could say I'm a pro. It doesn't feel like it at times. Snapping on magnet. Yes. Oh, you guys are brilliant. Gene's creative. Good job. See that you've passed the test as well, because I had snapping on, didn't I? So that's you've got a gold star. Gene's creative. Good job. Good job. I'm very impressed that you are managing to get my traps and things that I'm laying. You see, it's all fakery. I know exactly what I'm doing. There's no doubt about it. So Shift D. There they are. You see, good test for you all there. Right. So 2 gold stars given out already. Now I'm going to move these duplicated ones to a new collection. It's going to be. Hang on. I'll do that again. Escape that. Move to a new collection. I usually have a spares. There they are. Spares. Cool. And spares is always hidden. Where is my spares? I can't find it. Oh, there he is. Spares just there. So they're always hidden. Yeah, making sense. Okay, so yeah, what I was asking is, do I finish the boot with the straps and make them look all cool, and then sort of work my way up, or do you all want to see retopology? Am I ready for retopology? Have I got some reference? Whilst you're deciding that, I'll quickly get some retopo reference. Face topology ref. There we go, that's a nice one. It might be a bit too detailed, that might be a better one. That's a good one. That's alright. I'll just drag that onto my pure ref and size it up with Control Alt. I suppose I'll show you that because I didn't know what it was. So if you want to resize your images in pure ref, Control Alt, left click, there we go. And so you just drag your things into pure ref. Oh, weird. Of course, it's going to do that, isn't it? Where's pure ref gone? Oh, that's weird. It's not allowing me to put pure ref next to it. Well, strange. There we go. Let's have a look at some others. There's a good one there as well, isn't there? It is helpful to have a reference. I mean, that's quite a nice simple one. I might use a simplistic one. I probably should choose just one, shouldn't I? And then go with that. There we go. That's probably quite helpful as well. So you can't have enough reference images. Okay, so what are people saying? Do you want more of the boots? Yeah, quite right, Mark 9. Yeah, surprisingly common to trip up in the street at my big feet. So it's supposed to do that. Yeah, always say that. More tests and stars or points. Giving out 2 stars so far. I mean, I'm not made of stars, you know. Goodness sake. Straw poll me. Maybe that's a good idea. So Retopo. We've had 1 vote for Retopo so far. I just want people to shout out in the stream. It'd be easier. But I suppose I could set up a poll, but then I have to link it and all this sort of stuff. It's just a big pain, isn't it? But maybe I should do that. How to scale those reference pics? Control Alt left click and drag. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I desire star. Well, you've got to say something cool and special to get a star. Retopo and cut the pants. Yep. Retopo. Hey Grant, you rock. Cactur. Oh, I'm tempted to give you a star for that, but stars are very special. Retopo the boots. They don't need Retopo because if we click on them, and actually they do, don't they? Whoa, no! I've just crashed out now. Gone into edit mode. That's gonna kill it. Not responding. Oh, thank goodness. Back out of edit mode. God dear, that is a very detailed mesh. That's like 3 million faces, that one. So going into edit mode with 3 million faces is not a good idea. I think I've got an original boot. Yeah, boot original. Oh, no, we're not going to be able to see it. There we go. Oh, no. I thought I retopoed that. Did I not retopo the boot? I'm sure I did. Oh, that is really annoying. Oh, I'm sure I've got a boot somewhere around it. I need to label my stuff. I mean, that is horrendous, isn't it? That's not going to work. But I could retopo the boots. I'm pretty sure I've got a original of the boot. Have you remembered to save? Oh yeah, definitely. So I did save just a few moments ago, but just in case. Use the cloth brush on the pants, 2.83. I am in 2.83, so we could use a cloth brush and test it out. But I've not tried it yet, so I mean I could try it. Let's just quickly go into sculpt mode, shall we? And see what I suppose I'm going to hide this because there's so many faces to that, so I don't want it to mess up. Sculpting, cloth brush, and let's just see what it does. Oh dear. I've got a multi-resolution modifier on it, so maybe it doesn't work with the multi-res. Nothing's happening. Am I supposed to press something? I suppose I ought to find out about it first. Do you need have drawing skills to make a character? Yeah, it does really help. Yeah. So nothing's happening with my cloth brush, and it all looks really low res, doesn't it? You you actually won't be able to use this in multi-res, will you? Because it's using. Yeah, I don't think they're compatible, are they? I don't think so anyway. I'm going to bring the preview down. Yeah, so we won't be able to do that. But I'll get ready for another time. 2.81 doesn't have the cloth brush. It's a new thing in 2.83, so they're testing it at the moment. Things like that. Try simplifying in the render settings. Yeah. We'll do it another time. Okay, so loads of people saying retopo, aren't they? So I suppose I'm going to have to bite the bullet and do that. I mean, it's not particularly detailed at the moment, the face. I probably want it a bit more detailed than this. Maybe I'll tidy the face up first and then go from there. All going well. I just heard my door, so I imagine my dog's going to go crazy now. But whoever it is, they don't get to be answered because I'm with my friends on the stream. What does multi-res do? I have explained that in other streams, so I won't go through it again. But it's like the subdivision surface modifier, except it's useful for sculpting. You can sculpt with it. You can't with the subdivision surface modifier. So it does the same sort of thing. So I'm just reminding myself of what I've done with the face. Can you hear my dog? It's going absolutely crazy. I think it's the postman at the door. I'm hoping they'll just leave the parcel outside. Yes, yeah, the sculpt brush probably needs the high polys, and yeah. Happy dog. He's a happy dog. He's a naughty dog. I might. Do I go and answer that? No, I'm not going to answer the door. I'm just having a look at the stream. Yeah, people can hear the dog. Okay. Balking. Just set off your dogs. Tristan. Love it. Does that come through quite loudly, does it? I'm surprised, actually. Okay, so I'm going to tidy the sculpted face up. Yeah. So let's go to sculpt mode with the face. And see what we've got. It's not too bad, is it? I'm just going to... So, yeah, I want to tidy it up because we don't want to do a retopo and then move my face around. We need an actual... a good mesh, a good base mesh that's ready for retopo. So I'll just tidy that up a bit. I mean, it doesn't have to be super duper amazing, but there's certain areas like, can you see the lumpiness around here? And that's not going to bake very well. So we need to sharpen a few things up and, yeah, just tidy it up a fair bit. So I'm going to have Dyn Topo on. Let's just see. So I've got 1,500 there. That must have been when I did the boot, I think. So I'm just going to see what this is. So it's at the moment it's 460 resolution. I've got constant detail. And then you take this pipette or eyedropper and you can test different parts of the mesh to see what their topology is. Also, if I press and go to wireframe on this, you can see it's not particularly detailed compared to the boots, which were completely black. Give my dog one of the 3D printed models, I like that, to play with. What are you suggesting about my art? That my dog can eat it? Oh dear, I'm a pro, you know. God, disgraceful. Okay, I'm going to put this up to 1,000 now. Oh, 1,000? 1,000? Yes, 1,000. And I could even do a detailed flood fill actually at this point. So, detailed flood fill. Oh dear, I was thinking, what happened there? Oh dear. This time, as a change, I'm going to put it up to 1,000, not 100. And detailed flood fill. Let's just see what that does. It crashes my computer. So while we're waiting for that, yes, I see it's one of those tests again. So yes, well done. You noticed that I pressed 100 instead of 1,000. So well done to you guys for noticing that. My purposeful mistake once again. Okay, so we've got 1,000 now, and it does go a little bit weird, and it's going a little bit laggy actually. I suppose that's probably because I'm streaming, so I might have to hide a few other things. I'll go to layout mode. Chug, 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 chug. And, oh, that's moving loads smoother. Now that's interesting. Does that mean in sculpting mode that the boots aren't hidden, perhaps? No, they must be, because it's down here on the outliner, isn't it? Not responding. God, it might be just 2.83 and maybe they're not sort of optimized or something. Right, I'm going to go to object mode. Maybe it's the matte cap. I don't know. Why is it lagging? Why is it lagging for me? Okay, and I'll just hide a few of these things. Maybe not the top, but I can hide the pants. We call them trousers, you see, so I have to have a silly American accent, which isn't even any good when I say pants. Pants. And it's not even, yeah. Sorry about that. Forgive me, please. We probably could do with hiding the hair, actually, so I'll select all that and then deselect the hair with control. I've selected the eyes as well, there we go. And then move these to a new hair. And then hide hair. Where is hair? Bing. Cool. Okay. So now we can start, hopefully, sorry, there we go. Select the face and then go to sculpt mode. Right. Oh, now it's chug, 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 chug. I don't think it would be, I mean, 1.5 million faces is not really that many, and that's tries as well. So it shouldn't be that bad. Oh dear. Just clicked on the, oh, it's struggling. Maybe I can't go that high with the face count. Are people noticing that it's sort of a bit of a lag? It's not too bad, I suppose, is it? But now that I've got that face count, I can smooth out, and the skin is looking a lot more. And notice when you've got a smaller resolution and you start smoothing out, it brings all the verts together, so it changes the shape of your object. But when you're a bit higher, when you've got high resolution, the smooth brush does a much better job, as you can see here. So just sort of basically smoothing it out. I suppose I can get a big brush and do this, really, as it's fairly safe from crashing. Oh, I haven't got mirror on. Oh, that's annoying. So I've just done all that smoothing. I'll smooth the others. In fact, yeah, I'll undo the smooth because I want it to be mirrored and exactly the same. Actually, what am I doing? Yeah, I could have symmetrized down here, as you can see, but I'm thinking, well, maybe I ought to symmetrize anyway, just to make sure it's so x plus x, which is this way, 2 minus x, symmetrize. I might sort of pause for a second, which we'll see in a second. Okay. Your American accent can't be any worse than Dick Van Dyke's attempt at the London accent. Oh dear, that was horrendous, wasn't it? If anybody's seen Mary Poppins. As a kid, I didn't understand. I thought, where's this guy from? I thought he just was speaking a bit weird. And that was his representation of chimney sweeps. But yeah, that was weird. Time for a new PC, definitely. Definitely time for a new PC. Oh, the mirror worked all right. And we're looking good. Okay. It is lagging a bit, isn't it? Yeah, let's save as. And just do a +1 on there. Ooh. Of course, it's taking a while to save as well. Maybe the file's really big. Yeah, new PC time, isn't it? I mean, maybe I need to detail flood fill a bit lower. Just for the sake of the stream. But that sort of seems idiotic then to... I mean, this is quite refined, isn't it? As in, quite detailed. What you can also use is the simplify brush. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this down to 700 because I don't need the same amount of detail in these areas here. So I'll paint in those. So this will change this area to 700. I would show you in wireframe, but I think that will just mess my PC up. And now when I smooth these out, well, you can't really tell, but this should be changing this area to 700. And maybe at the back as well. And I'll just put 1000 at the front of the face. But we might be able to go a bit lower than that, 600. Is that making sense what I'm doing? The simplify brush is actually changing the topology, which I flood filled at 1000, and it's bringing this topology here down to 600. So the smooth should have a bit more of an effect. Not much, so we probably could have detailed flood filled at 600. It's still being a little bit laggy. It's going to be, yeah, it's a Threadripper sponsorship. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. See, I haven't actually built a computer myself, so I'm sort of nervous to go down that route, but that would be the best way, wouldn't it? Is just to contact companies and say, can you send me... I did actually contact NVIDIA and say, send me a graphics card, please. And they said, nope. It was pretty much flat out like that as well. It was just, nah, mate. Have I not got symmetry on again? Oh, you plonker. I never actually put symmetry on, so I'll symmetrize again. So I'm going from positive to negative. Symmetrize. Mary Poppins. Yes. That's one of the reasons why I use the edge modeling method. What do you mean the edge modeling method? Do you mean just sort of box modeling? I'm not sure what you exactly mean by that. For modeling houses, would you recommend Blender or Unreal? I mean, can you do houses in Unreal? I mean, Unreal isn't really a modeling tool, so I'd always go for Blender. That's in the wrong place. Needs to come around a bit more. And I've still not got symmetry on. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? Right, what we'll do is we'll symmetrize, and I must turn symmetry on the next time. Yeah, modeling with a plane. So that yeah, you could call that plane modeling. Do you call it edge modeling? Yeah. Yeah, I can understand why people would do that. I loved the sort of artist workflow. That's what most studios would use as well. I find it's a bit more... It's certainly not more precise, but it's more organic. Maybe that's the correct term. Right. Symmetry. Mirror. Come on, you can do this. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So make sure it's nicely smooth. Can you? I don't know whether you can hear that, but that's my processor going me. Not my processor going me. It's my fans kicking in, obviously. So it's going to make my computer nice and warm. Actually, is there any programs that I can turn off? No. Got the basics open. I suppose I could turn off Discord. I can't imagine that taking up too much processing power. I'm just having a look. Symmetry, yes indeed. Okay, so to sharpen things up, we can use the pinch brush and the crease brush. So I'll start with the crease brush, which is up here, and move in, and let's have a look how it's looking. But I forgot to turn mine, so I'm going to turn this up now. Holding down Control to sort of bring it out, and it's sort of smoothing it out fairly nicely, isn't it? Just around there, crease inwards here. There's a tiny bit of a crease down there, but just a gentle one. I mean, it's an anime character, so I don't want to go too... That's what, I keep making that mistake of sort of making it a bit too much. Because I'm used to sort of trying to get life-like characters. Why are you all saying dog? What's going on here? Collaboration work with other... oh, show us Doggo, I see. Is that what you want? He's a naughty boy, so he doesn't get to go on the stream. I don't know where he is at the moment. He's downstairs messing around. I'd have to go and get him, and that would be just a pain, wouldn't it? Symmetrize your PC. It is. You can see it's symmetrizing now because there's a point on the other side to tell me it's symmetrizing, which is handy. Well done, Pablo. I always say that, don't I? He's done an amazing job with his sculpting brushes and all that sort of stuff. So just tidying up a bit. I mean, it doesn't have to be major. I'm concerned about this bit. It just looks a little bit weird to me. But it's these anime eyes that I can't get used to. But still, hopefully it looks alright. I mean, I'm probably just being hypercritical. Sharpen that up, the eye lids. They're really thick though, aren't they? It's not too bad, not too bad. I mean, they are very thick, but again, it is sort of anime style, isn't it? So, I don't know whether that's fair to say. Oh, thanks very much.
Well, thank you
Milan.
very much.
Sorry to hear you're feeling ill. I hope it's... you mustn't say that. But I hope you feel better soon. There's loads going around, not just the flipping coronavirus, but there's just horrendous amount, isn't there? So yeah, good to see you, Milan. Thanks for joining us, and thank you very much for your donations. Really much appreciated. Okay, occasionally, can you see it's a tiny bit wobbly across here? So we just need to get the grab brush and tidy this area up a bit. It's going to go very slowly with the grab brush, I imagine, though. I'm going to be a bit laggy, because the grab brush moves quite a lot of geometry at the same time. That's not too bad if I zoom in a bit like this and try and level it up. To there, and up at the top here a bit. There we go. Now I might... This is where it might get a bit laggy. Just pull that in a touch. Okay, I better have some reference images and see what's going on with the face here. It doesn't look wonderful, but it's not looking too bad. It's a bit smooth around here. It's sort of, this needs to go quite sort of level and down. I should use my Anatomy for Sculptors book just to have a quick check. Turn over dog. I would like to see your dogs too. Oh man, that dog. He's quite a sweet little dog, but he's quite a little bit manic really, and he's pretty hectic. I've got my sculptors for anatomy book, anatomy for sculptors book. As you can see here. Oh, there's some rude ladies there. But we're all good. You didn't see that anyway, did you? Demonetized. There we go, as people say. Ah, right. So there's faces around here. Just having a look at. It's always good to remind yourself. I'm pretty sure I'm happy with how the eyelids form, but yeah, I'm just having a quick look at, from different angles. I should just have a mirror in front of me. Yep, there we go. But I think that's very helpful to have a quick look at that. Anime, I suppose, yeah, it should come in a bit here. That's what I was thinking. Anime has sort of less features, sort of precise features, and sort of less character, I suppose. Not sure that's the right term really, but hopefully you know what I mean. Actually, I suppose the grab brush isn't lagging so much because Dyn Topo is trying to add topology all the time. So so that's a bit more tougher for the computer. If this was the snake hook tool, then it would really be struggling, I think. Okay, that's not too bad. We can probably go for a retopo here. I mean, all the ears are a little bit off, aren't they? Let's just... an ear reference, really, don't I? I could use my anatomy for sculptors, or I'll just quickly go ear in here and grab a picture of an ear. They're all the other way around there. Oh, that's a weird ear. Don't want that one. I suppose actually what I'll do is I'll drag this in here, and then I'll just sculpt the other side. Oh, where's my ear gone? Oh, it didn't go in. That's strange. Oh, it's... Oh, I'll get there in a second. Right. Come on. Get in there. There we go. Here we are. Way. Lovely work, Grant. Yeah, you're so good at this, aren't you? Right, I've lost my stream. Probably a bit for the best. So people can't take the mick out of me. Right, so just need a little bit of work on the ear. I suppose it is, again, it's anime, so we don't need to worry too much, but we can't have it looking like a pig's ear. Grant, what is wrong with you? Just need to give it a bit more around here, and then in a bit there, out a bit here, out a bit here, and in a bit there. I mean, this is pretty rough, it's got to be said. And we're sort of a bit more earified. That's not very good, actually, is it? Thought that would look okay, but it's not. It's quite a thick ear, isn't it? That's the thing. Yes, I do have an Instagram. I think it's in the description, actually. I think I put it in the description. Raymond Bonanno is the client. Oh, goodness me, now I'm taking ages doing this. Didn't have this planned for the day. That is not looking great. There we go. Come out there. Right, we'll get there in a second. Cool. No, we won't. Oh dear. These are quite tough, aren't they? I don't know if you've ever tried them, but they're quite tough. Now it looks like an ear. Sort of, anyway, doesn't it? It's not great, but it will do. Show us your graphics tablet while you're sculpting. You like that? Wait for it. Bing. It's got this glare. It's the way I've set up my lights, and I probably need to work on that a bit. But it's trying to get my green screen working as well. Where's my green screen? Looks like I'm pointing at my head. There we go. Green screen working at the same time with the lights and all that sort of stuff. So it's quite tricky to set up, and I just keep forgetting to sort it out. Okay, so they look a little bit backwards, don't they? I'm just going to sort that out. Hey, I'm doing a little retopo practice at the moment. Any thoughts for dealing with poles in asymmetrical hair styling? Don't be afraid of poles, is my advice, but just try to keep them to a minimum. I know that's a bit of a cop out, really, isn't it? I feel like these do need to stick out a bit more though. There we go. I think we're about there now, aren't we? They might be a touch low. No, they should be alright. Yeah, that's alright. There we go. How do you organise your asset files on file systems? Do you have a preferred folder structure? Do you ever pack files into .blend? No, actually, I put all them into a folder. So if I'm using any files for this character, I'd put them all into one folder. And yeah, then label the folder. I'm a bit naughty, really. I label my folders. It's really important for me to label my folders. But when I'm labeling files, I tend to be a bit sketchy with that. Grant has a dog that he won't show us. My Discord invite's invalid again, is it? Oh, that's really annoying. Oh. What do you think of n-gons? You can't really use n-gons for character faces and stuff. You can use n-gons on flat surfaces for low poly work. They'll just get changed to triangles anyway, but try and keep everything as quads as much as you can. Okay, it looks like we're going to do the dreaded topology now. Is that looking okay? He's got a bit of a pointy nose, hasn't he? I don't know whether that's a bit too pointy, I think. Actually, let's look at the character reference quickly. That's not the character reference, that's a boot. And let's just have a look at his face from different angles. Yeah, I prefer that. There we go. Right, so topology. Let's go back to layout mode. So let's save first, save as. So you can see I have a jobs folder, and then inside the jobs folder is Raymond character, and dreadfully I'm just labeling these +1 all the time, so it's 21B for some reason, but it doesn't need to be B. If I do a small iteration or something, or go in a different path and think I might want to go back to this point, I sometimes say B at that point. And occasionally I'll say retopo, so I know I can go back to the retopo section, but it wouldn't really work in studios. That's quite bad labeling, so don't do what I say, not what I do. Yeah, so let's go back to layout mode. What do you do about asset library like materials? Create them per project? Yeah, it is quite a tough one, that, to be honest. Do you put all the images in the blend file? Do you pack them? And if you're doing them for someone else, then you ask them how they want it. Otherwise, you sort of get used to your own sort of system. No, it's very good, Raymond. I like your drawing. It's sort of, it has got a character, so I'm sort of just seeing what sort of character we have. I think you've done really well. He's the boss, you see, so I have to pretend that I like him. This is really good concept art compared to what I get quite often, and it's nice to actually have some concept art to go on. Often I get, can you make this for me? And they don't send me anything at all, which can be very difficult. And in the past, I've made things, and they said, oh, that's not really what I wanted. Can we do something else? And I'm thinking, oh no, that's a real pain because I've only budgeted for this, and really I shouldn't do things without concept art. Doggo, the dog, he's gone next door now. He's gone to a friend's house. His dogs, because they don't get coronavirus, so they can wander around. He's gone next door. There's no dog. There is no. It was a fake dog I have, so to scare burglars off. I don't have a dog. I mean, it'll probably knock over something like my green screen, and then it'll just be really annoying. Anyway, where was I? So, full stop to zoom in on this. They're all asking you, Raymond, about the project. I keep forgetting I need to put a link to something to show everybody the details of this project. Anyway, Shift A to add. Oh no, hang on. Shift right click to add. Shift A. And then we'll add a plane. Oh, let's cut his head off, and then we'll scale that down, and then we'll rotate it. So what I'm trying to do is get it close to the surface, somewhere around there, just above the surface. That's quite important that it's above the surface. That's great. Whoa. That's what he looks like in orthographic mode. What do you think of your character now then, Raymond? What about that, eh? If you take a photo of yourself with a really long lens on a camera and you zoom right in from a distance, that's what you end up looking like. So it's quite strange. Anyway, that's in the center. Okay, yeah, we'll do an auto mirror. So over here, edit auto mirror in the X. So now it's got a mirror. Ta-da! And then he looks like a grey alien. No, he doesn't. He's back to normal now. I always start up here. I don't know why I always start up there in a character. Strange, isn't it? Then we come up to the modifiers. We've got a mirror modifier on, and we'll add a shrink wrap modifier. So the shrink wrap is literally that. It's like you get sort of cling film. That's what we call it in the UK, and it sort of shrink wraps around objects. You shrink wrap things. Does that make sense? So it'll wrap around the face. Okay, so the target is the face, obviously, and you can see it sort of sticks to the surface, which is interesting. My mirror's disappeared. Not sure why that is. That's on the cage. I'm not sure. Oh, that does make sense actually. Yeah. Don't worry. It's not worth worrying about. Are you going to add body to the head and then rig a floating head? I'll rig the floating head because he's not changing his costume at all, so we don't need to worry about. So I look very serious sometimes. So I don't have to worry about the head coming out of the body and all that sort of thing. You could model the whole body. It doesn't really matter too much. I might go and get my dog in a second because I'm needing the loo now, so we'll see if I can hold it in for another hour. Does every 3D artist need to know sculpting? No. You can choose lots of different things. Okay, if you want to see the dog, if you want to see me carry on with the stream, then I've got a picture of the dog somewhere, so I'll probably show you that. If you want me to carry on with the stream and no dog, then type something in now saying no dog, please. I want the stream to shut these guys up. Okay, so the shrink wrap. At the moment, it's above the surface. It's looking a bit weird, actually. It's not working, actually. It should be sticking right to the head and we shouldn't be able to see it. I feel like something's going on here that I'm not aware of. Above the surface is what I want anyway. Above the surface, and there's the offset. Oh, it is working. Oh, that's strange. That's 0 and then +1. So maybe they've changed the shrink wrap slightly, so it goes automatically slightly above the the surface. No dog, just stream. There we go. Dr. Quinvention Energy. I think his voice, or their voice, is there we go. There we go. You tell them. There's quite a lot of people saying they want to see the dog there. Okay, so now when I grab this, E to extrude, we should see it sticking to the mesh. Although, if I go to edit mode now, what on earth happened there? This is very strange. Why is it being all odd? I'll go come out of edit mode. It shouldn't do that. What I'm going to do, oh no, that's object mode, isn't it? But object mode should stick to it. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is being odd today. Is it me or is it just being odd? Okay, so it's above the head. I'm in edit mode. I know what I'm doing now. Okay. Oh, dear. Oh, I must be getting a little bit tired. Anyway, it's because I'm in edit mode and you have to show it in edit mode here. What a plonker. So there we go, offset 0, and it's sticking to the head. God, what was wrong with me? Good to see you, DH17. Okay, so now it's sticking to my mesh, because this is the button to see the results within edit mode, because obviously when you're in edit mode it doesn't give you the whole result, does it? So we're starting to get there. That was a bit weird then. So we need to offset it by something like 0.1. Is 0.1 too much? Yeah, that's way too much. So 0.01. I think that's what it was. And that's still too far, so 0.001. We'll try that. Thank you to all these subscribers. Nice to have you join us. Is there any tool for relaxing meshes? Yes, indeed. Yep. So if I go to, let's just quickly do that for you. If I want that point relaxed, I can go to Vertex, Smooth Vertex. And you've got a slider here, and it smooths it out and takes the average distance of those. And if you do it with lots, it will sort of turn them into a sort of spherify them a bit. It's odd because Raymond is watching you 24/7, but Raymond's a nice guy, so I don't mind that. Okay. Yeah, I need to get my topology up, don't I? So I don't do anything silly. Always, it's best to use a guide. It really is. It's very helpful. Yep. So in fact, we'll talk this through. You can see there's a pole there, so I want to put a pole here. So I'll come down here, but I'll also come out here with a vertex that comes around here. Okay, I'll just talk it through. These loops are quite important to have those loops if you want to do any animation with your character. I mean, it could be really basic because I'm not sure. Will there be expressions and things, or will you sort of draw those in yourself, Raymond? Because this is meant for a sort of overlay for a comic. I'm using the middle mouse button to try and zoom around this, but we've got a line going all the way around there. That's sometimes a nice place to start as well, but I like to start in the middle and then sort of do that a bit later. But a good way of doing it is to set up these loops first and then do the in-between loops, in-between faces. Hopefully that all makes sense. So you can see there's sort of like 3 loops going around the face like this, and this will be one of them going around the eyes and right to the bottom of the jaw. So we can see there, bottom of the jaw. Actually, this one we're doing, isn't it? This one here. So it comes middle of the chin. So I can do that. So I can click on this. I can hold Control and right click. It's sort of doing okay. Oh, it's not doing well actually. I haven't got snapping on, have I? So turn snapping on. If you haven't got snapping on, and you start doing this. You think it's going well, but it's coming away from the mesh because I haven't got snapping on. It looks alright with the shrink wrap, but when I go to grab a vertex, and press G, it's sort of not quite in the place I'd expect it to be. So it does make a difference having the snapping on. Okay, I'll bring my reference images back on top and up here so I can just make sure I'm happy with what I'm doing. Probably gone too many already. I'm just going to come down here as well so I can think to myself how many I'm doing. So E to extrude down to there, and 1, and then E to extrude out there. So it's it'll go like this, you see, and then I can press 2 to go to edge mode and F to fill those in. Okay, can you see that sort of how that is now a pole because it has 5 edges going to it. So these aren't poles. What are they called when they're not poles? But they've got 4 edges, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Would you not use polybuild? No, I don't actually like that. That's the polybuild brush. I'm just so used to doing it the other way that I find it a little bit awkward actually, because I can just right click around here. Oh, it did something weird then. Hang on, have I got lock object mode? That's fine. Oh, that's strange. Bit of a glitch there. I say I can just right click around here and let's go around here. I'm just being pretty random with the number of faces at the moment. But we know we want that edge loop around there. I can obviously dissolve, so I can click 1 and press dissolve edges, X, dissolve edges, if I need to. Where do I get the topology guide? It does say on the top of it, actually. Oh, no, it doesn't. Don't know. I just literally typed it into Google. I typed in head topology, and it came up. It's a bit naughty, I suppose, isn't it? I should be sort of telling you all these cool artists that have done these things for us, but I'm just sort of rushing, really. So sorry to the artists who deserve more for their hard work. So these two, and I want two in here. So right click, come in here. You sometimes have to tidy these up a bit, especially when you right click like that, and try and go sort of the edge. You don't really want too much coming through. If there's a big blob coming through, then you probably need more topology in that area. But we can always add that topology later. So let's extrude around here. Thinking about this edge as well and lining it up. That was weird. I pressed the wrong button on the keyboard. Oh, now I pressed it again. Am I lining up? Yeah, I am, aren't I? Is this all making sense to people? There's going to be a pole around here somewhere, isn't there? If I remember rightly. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Yeah, there is. I was thinking there isn't. Where's the pole? They've stretched theirs a long way, actually. I'm going to go and see. It's nice to just follow the guide. And I can just GG, grab that one, GG, grab that one. But can you see some of this is coming through? So GG to edge slide. Okay, I'll grab the edge. GG. Oh, okay, I haven't got merge verts on. Can you see that under the object, what is this called? Tools, active work tools, yeah, under there, auto merge. But now I'm going to have to select all, Alt M by distance. That's the new remove doubles. So there we go, GG. GG, good game. Great stuff, Grunt. Great stiff, Grunt. It's one of my catchphrases, unfortunately. I didn't realise my students were taking the mick out of me. They were going, great stuff. And I thought they were all congratulating themselves for almost a year. And then I realised I say it all the time. And it's just a catchphrase that they were taking the mick out of me. How dare they? Students. Dreadful. Have we got any students on today? Any students from Suffolk One here? Yeah, I could set it to in front, but I actually want to see these blobs so I can see if the mesh is coming through. I don't actually like that command. So display setting, isn't it? Visibility, viewport display, sorry. And there's an in front option. And you see it in the back there, and I find it really awkward. So actually I don't use it, but that's just a preference thing. Anyway, where are we? So extrude this out. Let's just have a quick look at what's going on here. So this topology up here is very sparse in the sense that it hasn't got a lot of cuts and things, but that can be quite a good thing because don't confuse yourself, especially if you're a beginner. Just keep it nice and simple. So that one goes into there. Need to extrude there. So I'm using a guide, trying to use a guide so I don't do anything really stupid as well in front of everybody that's watching. How many people? 200 people that are watching. A to extrude. And that one, how many have we got there? There seems to be a few around here. It seems to get a bit more busy. One, no it doesn't. There we go. Let's just, I want to merge those. So I'll get the vertex and snap to verts. That's increment verts. Yeah, snap to the vert. Oh, it's not snapping to itself. There's probably... I was going to closest and it's going to... it's being a pain actually. What's the easier way? So I'll undo that. But probably the easiest way is just to get these two, Control-E, bridge edge loops, and then delete dissolve edges. There we go. Long-winded way of doing that. Now I've got verts on, haven't I? Let's get to faces again. Is it on faces? There we go. Cool. Okay, let's just see if that's okay. That's looking good. Similar to the reference up here. Even if it is catchphrase, positive comments are still good for anybody. Yeah, I didn't mind them at all doing that. It was good fun. They were very... my students are really nice. I'm very lucky as a teacher. I got some really cool students, and they're all good fun. Yeah, it's cool. Just having a look at my reference actually. Yeah, no, that is right. But just, it seems a bit off. It just doesn't seem quite enough topology that I usually do. But it's a good reference. It looks good, so must be okay. I think actually, yeah, I'm just smarting some of these areas up to make sure I've got enough topology that I need. That one down there. They've actually got, this one comes around a bit there. So this one comes around a long way. There's a big gap there, isn't there? You see, I'd be tempted to put one in there because of that cheek coming out. But for now, I'll leave it. It doesn't matter too much. We can always add it in later. And it will just have more loops around here, you see, where this is looping around. Hopefully it's all making sense. Okay, so I want to bring a loop around here. You can, there's a couple of ways. You can grab a face and Shift D, so there'll be a face in between here as well, but I'm doing the loop first. Hopefully that made sense, because it's much easier to fill the gaps when there's a sort of gap between them. But if I try and, I mean, that's where the poly build tool is good if I wanted to build up over here next to one, but I always go just one apart and then fill them in afterwards. Don't know if that made sense, but hopefully you'll see what I mean. What college do you teach in? It's called Suffolk One in Ipswich in Suffolk in the UK. And we teach games design. That's why I'm a pro, you see, because I teach... Oh, hang on, that's interesting, because there's a pole there. Did I put the pole in the right place? No, I didn't. That should go round... Ah, okay. Just move that down a bit. Because there is actually... So this is the other way. So I'll show you E to extrude, and it's going round there. An extra... Yeah, there is an extra 2, isn't there? Yeah, yeah. So where does this one go to then? So that one goes to here. That's why I think there's a space. So it's Control E, Control R, and then join them together. F to fill. Might be doing this a little bit wrong, but and might be looking at my thing wrong. So I can just press F and fill those in. So you can sort of see it building up slowly. It's fairly straightforward, but there becomes points, like perhaps around the nose, I'll get a bit more sort of, whoa, what's going on? You use a mouse for modelling, a pen for sculpting, texturing, but why a pen for retopo and not a mouse? I just find it a little bit easier. It's weird. I don't know. I honestly can't say. But I didn't used to, but I've just started. Just started recently. Yeah. So this is okay. So I'm just going to think this is the inside. Need to extrude down there. And there's going to be a pole. Their pole is there. I'm going to come down there. So there'll be a face in there. So let's just fill these two. F to fill. Fill, fill, fill. Yes, that is okay. That's all good. And then just sort of seeing, it sort of comes like that on the model, GG to gram. These probably need to go back this way a little bit. Not sure, we'll see. I really feel like there needs to be one in here. It'll be fine. It's all okay. Right, so I'm just going to need to extrude that. I mean, there's a fair bit of sort of thinking to do here, so I'm sorry if I'm not taking as much notice of the stream as I normally would. It's quite fun in a way, sort of getting this right. Do you know what I mean? It's like maths puzzles and things, isn't it? At the moment, I'm just E to extruding, but I can control click as well. It's a little bit less precise, the control click, isn't it? I think it gets a bit smaller and compact in here. Hopefully this is working. I think there might be another one in here as well. Well, I'll just put 2 and I can always do a loop cut, so I need to extrude and pull them together. Yeah, there probably needs to be one there. Getting there though. F to fill. Oh, so this goes right around here, so these need to be much smaller. This can probably come down a fair bit actually. It's interesting, when you've got snapping enabled, it can be a little bit difficult to move things together, but that's working alright, isn't it? And here, E to extrude with my vert. And then F to fill. And we're getting there, aren't we? Oh, I'm a topology master, aren't I? Yeah, how about that? Bet you didn't know that, did you? Did he show the dog? Oh, dear. Pen is a more natural posture than mouse. Maybe that's what it is, yeah. You will have problems with the mouth. Will I? Oh, dear. Oh, thanks for your faith in me. Might do. Probably will. Let's do a mouth loop. I might. We'll see. We'll see if we can figure it out together. If I have problems with the mouth. Okay, around there. Now, I'm looking at my reference, so hopefully it's going to help me and sort me all out. Going to there, and that one goes up to the nostril. So I'm going to just put that in now. E to extrude, and E to extrude there. That's what this reference does anyway. I love that comment. You'll have problems with the mouth. You will, you know. Does it take a lot of time on average to produce your tutorials? I imagine it takes a lot of time to condense all useful information and to edit videos. Yeah, it takes a fair bit of time. But I used to be sort of a video editor, so that sort of sped that process up. Yeah, I think that's the right word. And shortcut keys are your friend. Definitely, I always go on about shortcut keys to my students. Learn the shortcut keys. It's major, absolutely major. So yeah, I might have problems around the mouth here. This is the problematic phase, isn't it? Just sort of thinking about this. Oh, that one goes flat actually, so I'll do that. It's looking okay. The way you narrate makes me think of Bob Ross. You're not the first to say that, Raging Goblin. UK artist called Example. Don't know them. Are they actually a 3D artist or just an artist? Just an artist. And I shouldn't say it like that. That didn't come out right, did it? So that's there. Yep, this is fine. And this is all the way around the lip. E to extrude. And E to extrude. Oh, why are you not moving? E to extrude. Huh, strange. There we go. Okay, it is working, isn't it? I'm a bit nervous now. Someone's saying you're going to have problems around the mouth. You will. Musical artist. Ah, okay. I told you I'll see if you can solve that. Alt left mouse does not select face loop, but allows rotate around object. Any ideas? I'm using Blender 2.82. Alt left mouse. So did you, when you first uploaded it, did you set it to right click? Because that might be the issue you're coming across, possibly. Where are we here? So this loop's going around here. That's cool. This one does continue around here. And there is a pole just there. So I'm going to hook those up now. So one, E to extrude, and then I'm going to press these two and fill. And then press this edge loop here and go FF. And this should fill here. Oh no, okay, well you have to select those like that because it doesn't quite know what it's filling there because it's a pole there, so it gets a bit confused. F, and now we can go F, 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 F. We're all good. I feel like I'm going to have problems around the nose actually. But in the reference, it is like this. Yeah. Grab around there, grab there. Now, why have I got two there and they've only got one? Okay. So got that edge loop there, and yeah, so I put an extra one in. Maybe that's what you meant when you say I'm going to have problems. Hi, hello, Red Alexia. Hi Grant, haven't been here from the beginning. Is it during the stream that we get to see how you got the face looking so smooth? Yes, yeah, at the beginning-ish. Sort of maybe 20 minutes in. I don't know how far we're in now. So we got 40 minutes left or so. So X dissolve edges. Actually, what's the shortcut? There's some sort of shortcut to just dissolve edges anyway, isn't there? Anybody tell me what it is? I'm just testing, of course, because I actually know. So, but if you could remind me, that'd be helpful. just smartening this up a bit, and then it should be F and F. All looking okay. There needs to be... Oh, I've gone a bit too far. That's all right, though. That's all right. It's all right. Don't worry. I've got it all under control. Then we need a sort of loop around here, you see. That's what I'm thinking. It's not looking too awful, though. I'm surprised. Can you sense the surprise in my voice? Because any sort of where you have to think on the stream like this, where you have to sort of think, oh, where's this? And then my brain starts going, and I'm sort of trying to answer questions as well. So we seem to be doing all right. Just having a look at some of the comments. Oh, would you mind... Oh, there was a question there and it's gone off. Would you mind sharing the image that you use for your retopo? I had it a minute ago. Hold on a sec. Oh, I've lost it. No, I must have closed the window down because I don't actually know where I got it from. Oh, that's frustrating, isn't it? Let's minimize this and see if there was anything in here. No, I don't know what I've done with it. I'm sure I can find it again, but all I typed in was I've lost. Where's my stream gone? I've got too many windows open. Oh no, there it is. Face topology. There it is. So I typed in face topology reference, and it's the first one on the list, and it's from Pinterest, so it could be from anywhere. Hopefully that helps. So I'm going to close that down now. Face topology reference, and you'll find lots. Okay. Control X dissolves edges. Well done. Sorry, you weren't first though, but you can both have a gold star. Karen Trevino and Le Caju, is it? I'm not sure. Control X. I'm going to try that just quickly. So I'll select an edge loop and Control X. Ta-da! There we go. Obviously, I knew that. Obviously. And I was just checking who didn't. So, but 2 gold stars there. Well done. Who else has got a gold star? I can't remember. PureRef is closed. Closed? No, it's on the other screen. Up the top there. Hope you're well and safe from the virus, you and your family. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's tough times in a way, isn't it? In a way. It's very tough times. And it's uncertain times as well. A lot of my savings were in the stock market. So it's not going so well. But they're savings, so you have to sort of think about that, don't you? Because they can go up as well as down. It's just life. And it's not all about money, as I often say. Right, now this is going to be fun, isn't it? This is the fun bit. So let's extrude that up there and grab out there. Yeah, so that I hope that wasn't sort of flippant and silly to talk about the stock market and how it's affected me in that way, because obviously people are suffering, and that's not... Yeah, I hope you get my point. And so, it's rude, isn't it, to suggest that I'm having problems because I've lost a bit of money, where other people are really struggling. Right, F, 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 to fill those in. So we've got a nice loop around the nose. So you want loops around big sort of chunky objects like the nose when you're thinking about topology, and the poles sort of in middle areas, sometimes where you have a crease and things. Now this gets a bit more tricky around the nose, certainly. So we'll just play this, because you can't really see from the reference image so well, but I'm assuming there's a... Oh, they've got... It's quite interesting on theirs. I'm not sure. They've got 3, by the looks of things. Yeah, that does actually make sense, doesn't it? So grab up there, G to grab. So we need a loop around here, but I always wonder whether you have a proper loop around, or... Let's call it a proper loop around, because it's got a pole there. If I go this way, we'll have a pole and then come up here. So I'm slightly concerned about that, but I'm not too worried. Always struggle a bit when I get to the nose, if I'm honest. Just having a look where these should be. But we're doing okay, aren't we? Doing all right. The biggest damage is the overreaction. Yeah, it is. I mean, there are people... dying, which is horrible, but yes, there is definitely an overreaction, and that's not helped by the media, because I obviously study the media as well, and yeah, it doesn't help when the news has got graphics which might as well be skull and crossbones and poison, and it makes people panic. And that's what caused, in my opinion, the rush on the shops, because it wasn't necessary there being a rush on the shops. There are supply chains still running. This is all my opinion, of course. I'm probably being a bit silly now, sharing my opinion, really. Upset people. Okay, I've done way too many there. You see what happens? Yeah, I was thinking that an edge in the corner of the nose here, possibly. We'll see. I mean, it's not on my reference. I suppose I ought to bring that reference in, and that will help you see what I'm doing. So I've got to images, it's export, isn't it? Save, export, image, selected image. And then it's going to, oh, where is it going to? Where's my folders gone? Jobs, Raymond. Where are you, Raymond? There you are. It's going in here. Export. Right, then we should be able to, I'll bring it into this one here. So, where are you? Open image. Oh, it's not exported. What's going on? I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's being weird. So there we go. Oh, thanks very much, Harry Schur. What software is this? This is Blender here.
Thank you very much.
And then I'm using PureRef as well for the reference images, if that helps. Are you unaware of Blender? Is this your first time sort of seeing some Blender stuff? It is an awesome program. I would say it does pretty much everything that all the other really expensive ones do. Perhaps like Houdini does visual effect type things better, but like the industry standards like Maya and so forth. Is it Maya or Maya? What I was saying that weirdly, but yeah, they cost a lot of money, and Blender is as good, if not better, in some places. Slightly worse apparently in animation, lots of people say. Okay, so I'm going to extrude this down and extrude that down there. I'm sort of ad-libbing a bit more now. What's this? So much fun, isn't it? Definitely. Yeah, it's 2.83. That's a good point. Maya, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought, not Maya. Right, just having a think around here. I'm just going to extrude this for now. I don't feel quite like this is right at the moment, but we'll get there. F, and then I'm going to dissolve this edge loop. What was it? Control X, isn't it? There we go. Love that. GG. And Control X. I did way too many. Don't worry if it's looking a bit weird at the moment, so we can. Okay, we're there. E to extrude. E to extrude, and we're going to go around here like this. Now it's going to get a bit more tricky, isn't it? And maybe I do need. Yeah, that's interesting. Because it could come out here. Maybe that's how it's supposed to on the. I don't know. I just feel like that's a bit weird. So I'm going to bridge these edge loops. Control E, bridge edge loops. Where's it gone? Oh, there. I was on it. And select that one and Control X. Okay, so it's coming around like that. Is that making sense? I can select this edge loop. E to extrude and scale in. Yep, and then how many have I got? I can count the edges here, so there's 6 edges, so they should go together okay, shouldn't they? In a quad. Yes, they do. So I can just press F twice, and we got the nose topology-ish. And we got this here, F to fill, and now, oh, it's not quite right, is it? You can see there. So what I've got, I can do an edge loop up here to make this into a quad, or I can do an edge loop. No, I can't do it going that way so easily, because that will go all the way through here, so I'd have to redirect it. I mean, this is probably the easiest way up here, and then I can just GG. Just sort of smoothing these out a little bit, and then FF. I mean, this is not particularly smooth around here, but it's not looking too bad, is it? Okay, so we've done the nose, and I'm kind of shocked that it turned out okay. We can probably come in a bit here now, can't we? Because we've got that more loop cuts up there, so I think it is looking a bit better now. Just bringing these in, so we're pretty much surrounding the nostrils. Just going to bring these down, even them out a bit. Those two, and bring those down. Okay, it's not too bad. So, mouth problems, let's have a look. It's looking okay. I think we're alright. Alright, so any questions? I'm still new to Blender. What does this do? What does what do? Have you seen the old 2.4 user interface? I think I'm pretty sure I used that to start off with. I can't remember which version I started on. Where they're all along the bottom, all the modifiers. And when they put it down the side, I suddenly thought, oh, that's so much better. Why did they never do that in the first place? I suppose I actually came from Maya originally. That was the first. Well, that's just a weird noise there. I thought my computer was doing something weird, but I think it was just something tapping, so alright. The geometry around the nose? What's wrong with it? Is that bad? It's the same as on the reference image. Could be bad. Oh, the geometry around the nose is tough. I thought you said the geometry around the nose, though. I read it completely wrong. I'm probably starting to get a bit tired, and that's when my dyslexia kind of kicks in, and I can't read things properly. I don't think I'll get as far as the VEIKK today, because there's all this to do around here. I mean, this is much quicker, but the ear is quite slow. I won't do the ear properly. I'll do a real sort of quick hack job, because you can get away with it with the ear, because partially it will be sort of slightly covered by the hair, and people concentrate on the face anyway. So I always do a bit of a hack job around the ear. Greetings from Chile, from Ronald. Sorry. Yeah, it's interesting here. To be honest, interesting. I don't think that's the best way of putting it, is it? But extrude and scale. Oh, why not extruding? Extrude and scale. Yeah, fascinating what's happening in the country at the moment. We've got all the schools closed. Oh, I'm not thinking. What's going on there? G to grab. And obviously people are like I am. I'm scared for my parents, who are over 70, obviously, as you can imagine. And this is always a tricky one, isn't it? But these two can just join together, can't they? Or can they? No, they can't, can they? Do I need to come into there and do a quad there? I'll come back to that and then see what's going on with these. Yeah, and so I'm obviously worried about my parents, and lots of people are, and so you don't want to get it, because then you can't support your parents, that sort of thing. If you was to want to be able to animate pose the mouth, how would you address the inside of the mouth? Yeah, you'd get to this point. I'd sort of have it slightly open when I was modelling, if I was going to do the inside of the mouth. And then I'd sort of hide the rest of the mesh and sort of build the inside of the mouth. But you'd build it it's better to build it as a separate object, and then make sure you have this many at the front, and then join it together at the end, and it sort of all goes in and out, if that makes sense. What's the red loop on the reference image? That's the neck muscles. So these, if I take my neck up really hard, no, I've done no muscles there, but you're probably thinking, what was that? But there's muscles that come down here, so they you've got more finer topology around here, and then it will come in and around your Adam's apple, or this area around here. What's this called? Trachea or something? So you want it to come down, and then there's a sort of loop to dissolve the edge loop. I'm not explaining that very well, but that's what they are. You can see it on the side there as well. That would have been easier if I just shown that, wouldn't it? None of that explained at all. No problem with bad English. Nothing to worry about. My reading's bad as well, so between us we'll make some sense of something. Okay, so do I want... Yes, I probably do. Okay, what I'm going to do, duplicate, Shift D, duplicate that vertex. Oh, my brain is going, isn't it? Oh, now it's stuck because I've got clipping on. So I'll just quickly turn clipping off. Is there an easy way to do that? No, there isn't. Under the modifiers, mirror, clipping, grab. There. Right, turn it back on again. E to extrude. E to extrude. Yeah, that's how you do it, isn't it? Is that how you do it? That's not, may not be the best way. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Fill and fill, and then FF, and then FF, and then we have a quad here, F. And that's pretty much the front of the face. I mean, the eyelids are well awkward and tough. But yeah, I mean, you sort of figure these things out. I'm just checking my reference image a bit. Yeah, so they've got 2 loops, and if you want sort of blinking and things like that, you have to have a fair few loops around your eyes to allow for the sort of stretch of that skin, if that makes sense. And just evening things out a bit. I think that's why I like the pen. It's sort of just it feels quicker to do it with the pen than a mouse. What do you reckon? Pen or mouse? Right, so I mean, you can sometimes E to extrude and scale. It's not always easy. There we go. That did a reasonable job just for that bit. And these are going to go down as far as the eye lids. I've seen some really amazing topology where people sort of do this sclerella. Oh, is it sclerella or something? I can't remember what it's called now. I feel like I'm making that up now. But yeah, luckily I can blame my dyslexia for that, not remembering what these things are called. And then the last bit I'd probably do without snapping on. So I'd sort of apply things like my I say probably do. I'm trying to remind myself of how I did this in the past. I'd apply my shrink wrap and then extrude it inwards past the eyeball, but I'd just go to this point for now. Is that all making sense? Okay, so let's E to extrude. Just sort of going around, quite fairly big. I'm probably not going big enough actually. I think this will go all the way down, won't it? Just flattening them out with scale Z. Is this helpful for people? Sclera. Yeah, that is the eye white. What's that? The sort of tear duct. There's got a lacrimal. Is it lacrimal? Can't remember. Is that what it's called? Is it the scapula for the eye part? And the scapula something else. And that's the bone in the eye, isn't it? I can't remember. I should know these things really because I'm looking at anatomy quite often to try and understand how to build things and so forth. But unfortunately, I never take in the names. I just sort of don't have any real reason to, except now, when I look a bit thick on my stream. Actually, that needs to come down further. G, line those up to make sure they're the same. See what I'm doing? I'm going 3 away, so then I can do here as well and just do this. I could do a grid fill as well, but those are options. Then I can go there and FFFF and FFFF. And it's a bit quicker. That's how I sort of quickly do these things. I don't know if it's quickly, to be honest, actually, but that's how I do these things. Again, you're trying not to let too much of this through, but these are much bigger shapes, so it will be letting a bit through. And I'm just having a look at where this is going to. This should be the front of... Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3. I've probably done too many, actually. But then having said that, yeah, because this one wants to... Okay, this one is. Okay. So I'll do this here. And this one is the... Yeah, so it goes right around the jaw. Need to extrude, going all the way down there. They sort of stretch out a bit at this point, but that's okay. E to extrude. How are we doing for time? Oh, we got about 20 minutes. It'd be surprising if I got all this done today, actually. Wouldn't have expected to get that done in a day. Oh, now I've still got 2 around here that I need. So I'm going to just grab these backwards. And I'll grab these upwards. This retopology is so much easier now that they've changed it from Control Tab and choosing vertex to 1, 2 and 3. Oh, that was a stroke of genius, whoever thought. Let's just make it 1, 2 and 3 for selecting verts and so forth. So I'm very, very pleased they did that. I feel like Blender 2.8 has been absolutely incredible, especially for beginners. There are still people sort of that do get annoyed about 2.8 and are reluctant to change, but really there's just in terms of the interface and how they've changed it, there's been some major improvements, but also in some of the functionality as well. It's brilliant. There we go. That's looking all right, isn't it? FFF, it's just satisfying. It really is, isn't it? FFF. Oh, is that right? UK to be on lockdown for all non-essential services as of tomorrow. Ah. That's kind of, it's sad, but it makes sense really, doesn't it? Oh. Difficult times. Okay. We're way to, what do you call it around here? Control X, was it? Yeah. GG. There we go. This one's an interesting one because there is a pole at the back here, isn't there? So E to extrude around here. I'll scale that down just a bit because it's sort of going to get thinner as we go in here. Oh, I did a weird rotation there by accident. I'm afraid one of the guilty ones for not changing to 2.8 yet. Oh, Mark Knight, you disgust me. I'm afraid I have to. There's a minus point for you. I'm afraid, Mark. I mean, there's some people who've their computers can't handle it because it is more taxing on computers than 2.79. So maybe you can use that as an excuse. But there's so much benefits, and the interface is better when you get used to it. I promise you. I'm going to save and work. Why haven't you been reminding me to save and work? That's a minus point for all of you, everybody on this stream. And if you got a gold star earlier, I'm taking them all back because you didn't tell me to save and work. No, I won't take. Don't worry, I won't take your gold stars away. Shame on me. Okay, so where are we? FFFFF. Love it. Yeah, so they've got, you can see here, I should be going to this one really, shouldn't I? So they've got 2 going into the ear, under the jaw. Actually, no, it's the jaw. Oh, that's interesting. Would I have done it like that? No, this is going under the jaw, that's fine. But the jaw line for them, I would have had more of a dent there. Because the jaw it doesn't really go... I'm just having a look at mine. It doesn't go under your ear, no. But their jaw goes under the ear, so... I don't know, that's a bit debatable, isn't it? And there's a pole there, so I've got to look out for that. And that goes down here, and a pole there. Just having a think. So that's the best way to do it. Think about where your poles are and then sort of link your loops up at that point. Save your work. Mimu me, you may have got there earlier, so you get a gold star for you if you got there just before when I was having a go at everybody for not reminding me. Can't believe they did that to me. I'm relying on you guys to help me out here, to save my work regularly. You let me down. E to extrude. Hopefully people do know that I'm joking with these things when I'm being silly like this, yeah? I'm sure I was emailing someone the other day and I was thinking, they do realise I'm joking. Something about a graphics tablet I was saying. That, yeah, you just got to watch out for when it starts smoking and sparks come out of it. And then, oh dear, I better watch out for that. But I'm pretty sure they knew I was joking. But you know when you're having those conversations, you do know, don't you? Especially in email. You probably shouldn't be sarcastic in emails, should you? We need a loop cut going around the ear, so I'm spreading these out ready for that loop cut. So loop cut, but loop edge flow, if you know what I mean there. So we want E to extrude here, and there's 2, so let's fill that one in. And grab, and that's going to go, oh, why is it not G to grab? There we go. It's going to go on the underside. Oh, that looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a bit weird around here, isn't it? This, yeah, we'll get there. There we go. All looking good. How am I doing for time? I've lost my time. Caught me now. And this one. You have to laugh, otherwise you'd cry indeed. Oh, there's a pole just here as well, wasn't there? And that comes off there. And a good way to sort of remind yourselves of the poles is actually sort of to draw them out like this, because you can just fill these in. You have to sort of select both. Oh, why did that go weird then? F. Oh, it is a bit awkward at filling them in because you have to do double thingy-jiggies. That didn't make any sense, but hopefully you know what I mean. So there, for example, fill, and then select that, and F. And G to grab. Is that the right place for the pole? Oh, I think I put that in the wrong place, didn't I? Yeah, I did, because that one, yeah, it doesn't, oh yeah, because we do want that edge flow coming from here, because that's the muscle going down, so I did that slightly wrong. Because actually, yep, so I'll delete that face there. And, yep, so, yeah, you could start with a circle around the ear and then sort of patch on ear that you made earlier and stuff. Yep. Should that row of faces not be coming around the front of the neck? Yes, indeed. Yep, that's right. Yep, it's here, isn't it? So E to extrude and fill that face in, and E to extrude down here. Yep, and then there's one going around here. Oh dear, I'm not doing this very well. I'm being a bit long-winded about this, but hopefully fill. I'm just going to put this really slightly above the surface more, so hopefully we can sort of see the shape just that. No, we can't, but still. There we go. There we go. E to extrude. E to extrude. Oh, they're joining in already. Grab that backwards there. E and E. There we go. And then we can press FFF. Love it. These are going to... Oh, that was a bit of a whistle through my teeth there. That's the problem with having teeth like mine. I'll bring these up a bit, actually. I suppose I can show that smooth verts thing now. So if I grab all these like this, and then... I've got it as a shortcut, so... Oh, no. That's what, oh, not in 2.8 though. 2.83. Vertex, smooth verts. And you can see... Do you see how they sort of smoothed out there? That's kind of helpful, isn't it? Yep, the vertex and vertices, and always get that wrong. Right, where are we? Okay, so we should be able to do a bit of a... We probably can't here, so if I press extrude and scale, it's going to snap these ones up here, so it's a little bit awkward, but it's actually easier sometimes to do that and then just move them into position than to go around and extrude and pull them around and stuff. So I'm kind of making it easier on myself a bit. Ears are quite tough, to be honest, and this is where it's going to get really difficult for me. Because I mean, look at this reference image and how much they've sort of how much topology is in there. It's difficult. Oh, Danny Mac has a nice 2-part tutorial on head retopo. He's very good, actually. So worth getting across to his channel. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to run out of time for this. Well, let's see if we can get the ear done in time. I don't think we will, though. Oh, why is the snapping suddenly? That's weird. Oh, there we go. It was being a bit strange there, wasn't it? Okay, so I've duplicated that face, and I'm going to sort of go round the top of the ear. And, oh, need to extrude. Probably want sort of 3 going around this sort of curve. Okay, so I'll just go round this ear. This ear. I'm going to think about things for a second. Is there a bother? Definitely. Engons are cute. There are no Engons here, are there? I don't know. Might have missed some earlier. Just look at the Engon discussion at the moment. And E to extrude. Now I can never remember how I usually do these bits. I think I pole these up. Is that right? That's what they do there as well. Yeah, that's good. So when I say pole these up, I'm moving this one to that one, and that one to that one, and then Alt M merge vertices. Do you know I should at center? I was trying to think of what to do earlier, wasn't I? Although there's a problem there, isn't there? If I merge that up, because there's not a quad, but I can make a quad here. You see, like that. So, yeah. Did that make sense? Although it's not pressing F. F isn't working because there's a pole at the end of it. I'll have to bring these in a bit more. Right into there, G. Move these out a bit. Oh. Right. Can you? I'm not talking much because I'm thinking. Are we all alright? How's the character coming along? It's looking amazing. It looks a bit weird now with this retopper all around it, but there you go. I hope you're well, Tyler. Save early, serve off. There we go. Poser Craig Kidd, you get a gold star for reminding me to save. Thank you very much. We're on 23. Sorry, but I think it's good everywhere except VFX. What are we talking about? Is that sort of Blender not being good at visual effects? It's tricky when it comes to here, because we've got this sort of area. We want to come around here, and we want to come around here, and we want to kind of split it. So we probably need a pole there, is what I'm thinking. But let's see what they do up there. I'm probably going to come away from my reference now, because my ear isn't a particularly well modelled one, but I don't think it matters too much in this case. Because it's sort of anime style, isn't it, you see? Getting these tucked right in here. Right in here. Brilliant. We probably will need some sort of pole here as well. So E to extrude out there. Maybe just to there. So F to fill. This is going to be tough, isn't it? Look at that bit. F, F, F. And G to grab. Right, I'm going to move this back to 0.01. And for now, right, let's just bring one down here. So sometimes you can sort of play around a little bit and try and figure these things out. So fill one in there. This is probably bad topology now, but I'm just trying to make it simple on myself. That probably won't work. It's not awful, but I feel like I need a bit more space up here, you see. E to extrude. It's not really got a very good edge flow now, but I don't think I'm too worried actually. Now we can create more faces up here. I'll just extrude this one over here. Because we can, what do we call it? I'll show you in fact. I suppose I'll just fill this in, and then if we get the face and inset it. Oh, I to inset. Actually, it doesn't really work very well like that, so I'll do it the other way. K for knife. Ooh, that's weird, isn't it? That's gone right to the back, I think. Let's try it that way. K for knife. There. It's got snapping on, so it's going to be a bit weird. Maybe I need to turn that off. K for knife there. And just this one here. I might be doing this a bit of a weird way, but I'm kind of rushing now because I'm aware of the time. Can you see what I'm doing there? So I've made a sort of extra load of faces. Again, it's bad edge flow. It's not particularly good. We probably need more in here. I feel like I need one coming down here actually. An extra edge loop. So maybe I did this pole a bit too early. Possibly. And maybe I needed a pole. Maybe I needed a couple of poles. Interesting, isn't it? When you start really trying to get into this and do the best topology in the world. Certainly isn't. Right, we're going to have another pole in here. There's millions of poles everywhere. So select that, E to extrude, come up to there. And this is the sort of inside of the ear. You can tell I don't do many ears, can't you? Sort of avoid them really, doing topology like this. I wonder why. And let's... I mean, there is an edge flow there, it's not awful. Right, and here, E to extrude. Is it making sense what I'm doing? It's just trying to keep everything quads, but I mean it's not. I say it's not amazing, is it? But you can sort of see what's going on. Hopefully, it's all making sense. Oh, they've gone a bit weird. Oh, did I do too many? Obviously did. Yes, I did, didn't I? Oh, that's weird. So grab that edge, right click, subdivide, and F. There we go. We're back to. So it's sort of just about working. It's very challenging, isn't it? What if I have numpad emulation? What's going on there? Cartoon ears don't require so much detail. Yeah, I probably, and that's what I keep thinking in my head. Don't worry too much about this because it's not really necessary for a manga anime. I mean, let's look at our character reference and see what their ears are like. When you can hardly hit, that's probably the best way is to cover it up with the hair anyway. So yeah, I'll be a bit naughty and I'm just gonna sort it out from here. So if you ever want to do that, I mean, I suppose I ought to have this hole really. So I am going to just do that. So E to extrude. And I'm lining it up with this for now. E to extrude. And I'll fill that in, fill there. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. F. And there's going to be a triangle there. So G. And Control R, loop cut. F, 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 F. And then we've got 2 there. That's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Actually, it's not. What am I thinking? My brain's going weird. There, that's fine. So that was all right. I mean, if I do a loop, select that edge loop, I can just look down here and think, right, it's got, where are they? 7. 7's really awkward, and that means you'll end up with a triangle. But we can just select the top and press F, F, and then just end up with a triangle if we want. So let's just do that. But what I can also do, so if I'll fill in the triangle. Yep, F to fill in the triangle, and K for knife tool. Actually, I didn't need to do it there, did I? Because it does need that for the hole, is what I'm thinking. Right, I'm just going to even these out a bit and see what we've got. That doesn't look good, so I'm going to press K there. right, and then just have a quick look again and see what I can do here. So I can come across here. This is kind of the fun bit in a sense, where you might not call it fun, and then dissolve edges there. I'll bring this down. Oh, actually no, that isn't a quad. I thought it was a quad there. I was seeing quads where there are no quads. Let's just move that one across. G to grab, K for knife. Bring that down there. Oh, it is quad because I just didn't do it enough. There we go. So we've got a quad there now. It's just this triangle down here. Where there's two, and we can obviously grab that edge loop and dissolve it, and we've got a quad there as well, so it is all quads. Oh no, look, there's a triangle there. Where did I get that from? Thought it was all quads, but in reality, do we have to worry too much? I mean, it doesn't look great at the moment, so I probably do need a bit more work on that. Oh, it's crashed. Maybe that's helping me. Oh dear. I've just got a few undo steps to do there. I accidentally pressed on the character, the actual character mesh, and it sort of changed it. So to figure this out, I'd probably do a cut through here and then into here. I suppose I can do that now. I'm past time, but I'm gonna. Not sure that's the best way still though. Down here, into here. That does, it's moved a bit better, but then I feel like there needs to be something in here as well. So, can you see how that pole there looks really odd? This got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You shouldn't do that. Don't do that, kids. So I'm just going to come into here and make this a quad. I might be completely butchering it now. Control X, isn't it, to dissolve? There we go. Yeah, it's sort of working. I think now we can GG, and we've almost got. I mean, it's all over the place, isn't it? But there's only one triangle in there now, I think, so it's not looking as bad. It's a good idea to sort of grab some of your verts and make sure they do line up with your mesh in the background, in case you sort of move them out of the way and stuff. And it's not looking awful. It's not looking great. I'm not saying it's looking great. There's one weird one there. What is that doing? I'm not even sure where that's coming from. What is that? And it's linked to something. If I press delete, let's see, and then I didn't realise we got a try there as well, so we can. Ooh. Yeah, so I can sort that out. Yeah, I'm mumbling away, aren't I? Always save. Oh yeah, I need to save again. Don't I? Gold stars to all of you lot for saying that. Okay, yeah, I've got a bit caught. You can see where my head's going now. It's going topology. So somehow I need to sort of have an edge flow in here to there, and I'll just make that a triangle for now. But that then you can sort of start thinking, right, where can I put these ones, and can I bring them into this area here and help this out and so forth, and then sort this area out here. Yeah, it's a mess, isn't it? It's not awful, but it's not great. Hopefully you've learnt something from that, especially the struggles, the ear struggles. That needs to sort of go in, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll get there. And I'm just going to do this tiny bit here so you can see, or I can remind myself later that that's going down there. So I don't think to try and join it up or something weird like that. So I can do some more edge loops here, and then they'll come in here like that. So there's Retopo of the face. I wasn't actually expecting to do that today, but it kind of went better than I thought it was going to. Okay, so any questions at all? Is it really bad if the topo is not perfect on the side of the ear? Not, it really isn't. I don't think it's going to matter. It's going to be covered with hair, so I'm not taking too much time and effort over that. Ears are not animated. Why are you worried about triangles? It's to do with edge flow. So if I think, I haven't got enough detail around the ear here and I want to go Control R, I've got an okay edge flow there. And it's going around and it's actually fattened up the ear nicely. I thought that wouldn't work. So it's about edge flow. If I have a triangle, it will go all over the place and redirect and things. Can you transfer your skills to me? Yes. Just watch all my videos on Abbitt Media. Click on all the adverts. I say click on the adverts. It doesn't make any difference. Watch all the adverts, and automatically my skills get transferred. So everybody on here, so that's 200 people who are watching. Watch all my adverts, and then you'll automatically get the same skill as me, which is not that much, to be honest. Computers can't deform n-gons and tris properly. That's why we need quads. And they can. Triangles make sense to them. That's fine, because they convert everything to triangles anyway. But when you're modelling, you need to be able to loop cut, so you can add detail easily. But if your topology is bad and you do a loop cut, which is okay, I'm surprised I've managed this live on stream as well. Then you can do these loop cuts and add them in the right places. But if you've got any triangles, or if it redirects, let's say it suddenly redirects and goes up this way, you're stuffed. Some loops can go from the head to the feet, and it can create problems with details later down the line. Exactly that, Tyler Dane. Yep. Edge flow. That's what edge flow means. Do you have any tips for getting the basic head shape right? Mine tend to go too flat and weird. It comes with practice. It is just practice. But having something like this is helpful. They don't pay me to say this. They sent me this to me for free. I asked them, I said, can you send me a copy and I'll do a video for you saying how much I would love it, because I saw some of their posts and stuff and I just thought, I've got to get that book, and I was happy to promote it, and I'm happy to promote it still because I think they're doing an amazing job. They sent me the other one as well, which is Anatomy of Facial Expressions. I don't find this as useful, but I mean, look at that, look at all these sort of muscles, figuring it out. It's great. I'll probably find that more useful when I get more into sculpting as I go, because I'm still learning, as everybody is, even though I'm a pro, of course, as we were talking about earlier. Don't have to retopo if you polymodel in the first place. Yes, that's quite true. If you're polymodeling, then obviously you don't need to retopo, and you can use the multi-resolution modifier then as well to add the detail you want to. Where did I get the book from? You go to Anatomy for Sculptors website, I think it is, and that's the only place I think you can get it. And I would recommend getting the PDF one, because that's the annoying thing I find, is when I want to use the reference images, I want to drag them in or have them on screen, and I have to keep opening the book. So although it's nice to have a book, you're better off with the digital version. Always start with a nice friendly cube. It's quite hard. I've always found that really difficult, trying to model a head from a cube, doing the loop cuts and things. You think, it's going all over the place. I prefer a plane and try and build it up from there, but I prefer to have a base mesh personally and sculpt it out. Okay, I think we're all good. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you to those that donated. Thank you if you watched an advert for me. All those things really help. Can I post a YouTube link? Yes, you can, Shazzabe Khan, because you're a mod. I think you can post the link. It's nice to have a book, isn't it? But it's well worth it. I use it an awful lot for muscles and things like that. Okay. So I'll continue the stream. This stream will happen every Friday. I've done lots of streams this week just for excitement's sake. I've just sort of gone a bit crazy for some weird reason. Actually modelling heads I've made have been spheres at the start. That's a good point, because you've got this sort of sphere look around here, I suppose, haven't you? Around the back of the head to some degree, although that's actually more a cube, isn't it? Yeah, good discussion. I heard someone say default cube. Is there any free course for sculpting? Yes, there is. If you go to Abbitt Media, I've got a playlist that should introduce you to sculpting. So next Friday, Same time, it was 3:30 today. Next week I'll probably do my next stream. I'll certainly do one on Wednesday because my class is off, so I'll do some streaming for a lesson for them. It'll be a shorter one, I think. It won't be a really long one because I need to do some talking one-to-one with them and things like that as well, if they are interested, and talking about their work. But I'll do a stream as well because that'll be nice to see everybody. So next Tuesday I'll probably do the tree. Actually, that's a good point. Thank you, Andy. Yes, I completely forgot about that one. Yeah. Do I like drinking beer? Do you know, I don't actually, even though it runs across my screen and stuff. I don't actually drink alcohol. Yeah, tree stump stream. That's not easy to say, especially when you're a bit tired like I am. So I'll do that one either Monday or Tuesday. Haven't quite decided. Probably... Oh, hang on. I've got a stream to do for the competition as well. Hang on a second. I'll just look at my diary. I've actually put it in my diary, I think. Because the competition results, so Neon is the competition, and that's on the 24th, so that's on the Tuesday, so I'll be doing a stream then. So Monday will have to be the stream for the tree. So it looks like I will be doing lots of streaming next week. Yeah, so competition results next Tuesday. So if you want to join the competition, if you go across to the Discord server and just look at the competition stream there. Okay, I am going to leave it there because I'm busting for a wee, as we say in the UK. I need to go to the loo. Anyway, nice to see you all. Have a good weekend, yep. And I will see you next time. Happy blending. Oh, it's not letting me end the stream. Oh, yes, it is. End stream. Oh, I can't go. Thanks very much. See you all.